everyone, I'm Hannah and welcome to Book Talks with Hannah. So I know it's been a few weeks since I posted a video and I'm really sorry about that. I am still serious about having this channel, but now it is summer so I should be able to film more. Plus I just needed a few weeks to study and make sure I was going to pass all my exams because now I have my associate's degree. So that's fun, and yeah, so that took a lot of time out of me, and I had to pass this one class, which was really hard because the teacher was really bad. So I passed this class anyways, so now I get to live my life and have some time to do this while working this summer before I go to a brand new place and live in an apartment for the first time. See, I'm still at my parents' house anyways. So anyways, I hope you're having a great start to your week. I think I definitely am. And thank you for the recommendations that were on my first video. I have in fact read The Selection, which was one that I got a suggestion in the comments in my last video. And since I started reading it during class a little bit, I've also had people talk to me about it. So a couple of really nice girls that I know, since I don't talk to people, I had good conversations with them about that book. And they also thought it was amazing, the whole series, so I will definitely have to read that. But for now, for this video, I thought it would be fun to kind of get back into this channel thing and also just give you some recommendations, whoever's viewing the video. I know a lot of people don't really care what recommendations they get, they just want people to tell them something. So I have a few series that I recommend. I think they're all series actually, yeah. So I'm going to get into a couple of the books I'm reading after I say this, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just reading one book right now. But the first series that I recommend is The Land of Stories, which is over here somewhere. Oh my gosh, I'm not doing that again. Okay. The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer, and many people know him from Glee. I'm not sure what else he's been in, that's just what I know. So I think this series was amazing. I think I read this in like middle school, high school, maybe 8th grade. And let me tell you, if you love, I mean this is more YA, but like if you love stories and just all the fairy tales, then you are going to. I know I definitely love this book series, so I think that you'll love it too. It focuses on a set of twins who travel into this fairy tale world, which is pretty amazing. It's got all the princesses and like their different kingdoms and like Little Red Riding Hood, and there's this frog, I think. I mean, I can't really remember it, but I definitely remember it being a super duper awesome series. And if anybody just loves fairy tales, I think it's good for any and all age to read, as long as you can read, I guess. But there are 6 books, and I remember being super sad when it ended because I love this book series and I really want to read it again now that I'm talking about it. Okay, similar but not so similar is this book series, Story Thieves, which I also read, I think, right after reading The Land of Stories. This is by James Riley, and there are also 5 books in this series. So this, I think, focuses on, again, a boy and a girl, but they're just friends, and then they travel to all these worlds, I think. The girl is the one who travels there first, I think. Maybe she's from a story, I really can't remember. But I know that they go like back in time. There's one book where it's got like a lot of pages, but you have to keep picking, like you pick the plot. I think that's, yeah, number 4 is where you like pick the plot, so you can choose what the character is going to do or what happens. Sometimes you end up reading more of the book technically than you would have if you made the right decision. So like you're kind of picking the plot, but also not in a way. Alright, this one's a big one. Kind of. So, this is one of my favorite series that I read in high school. So, this is Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, Winter, and then Fairest and Stars Above. So, this is the Lunar Chronicles. So, these books are basically also like twisted fairy tales, like, oh my gosh, Cinderella. I'll show you. Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel, and like Snow White. And then there's a villain, of course, in this book series. So this is like the villain's backstory book. And this is a book that is, I guess it just has little little stories that go with it. I've never read it, so I really don't know. But I did read the full series, so that was fun. There's a little bit of war, I think, definitely. And like an emperor, and a princess, and cyborgs, and outer space, and people who live on the moon. So if any of that sounds interesting, I recommend that. Okay, so the next one is fairly common. Don't know if I need to explain this, but it's Twilight. One of my favorite series of all time so far. Love the movies, especially love the books, and all the characters I love. So it's just chef's kiss. I love it. Also, if you have read Twilight and you want to know something about me, Team Edward. So yeah, Twilight, 4 main books, a couple of extra ones, one that I still have to read, Life and Death. I haven't read that yet. Fully plan on it. And if we want to get technical, I have not read all of these books, but these are my favorite so far, other than Twilight and The Land of Stories and all the other series I just told you about. So this is the Crave series, which consists of Crave, Crush, I think I'm reading Covet, Court, Charm, and then Cherish is coming later this month, actually, so I really gotta get reading this book series, but I love it, and I think I can just explain this in a matter of words. So if you like fantasy creatures or whatever, like wolves and snowmen, not snowmen, why did I say that? Okay, wolves and dragons and vampires and witches, I think that's it. I don't know. Actually, I think there's more than that, but those are the main focus of the entire series. And also, 2 words, vampire princes. You heard me, not 1 but 2 brothers. So it's sort of like the Vampire Diaries and Twilight in a way, and just like smushed together, kind of, but it's not, because it's really awesome. And I live for the commentary. I live for Team Hudson. If you've read the series, then there you go. So basically like a mixture of anything vampire romance, or like vampire school, or like school for paranormals, stuff like that. That's exactly what this book series is kind of like. The vibe is very castle-like and mystical. Like it's very fun, and it's not boring at all. It's very fun, and the chapters are short, so that's my favorite part about those, which I'm currently reading the series, so that's why I talk so much about it right now. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have for recommendations. Oh yeah, and the program, which is up here somewhere. Yeah. So it's the program, the treatment, the remedy, the epidemic, the adjustment, and the complication, which are all a part of that series, and I've only read the program, so I really can't say if it's a great series or not, but so far I love it. And just like I love the selection so far, I definitely will be reading the rest of this. So also, if you have any more recommendations, please comment them. I'm always looking for recommendations. And I don't have all this book series yet. I don't have book number 3, but I do have a friend who was saying that she was going to let me borrow it, or actually she said she was going to donate it to me. But we'll see what happens there. I know she's going through some things, so yep. And other series that I recommend but haven't read and want to is Harry Potter, The Vampire Diaries, and the rest of the selection series. I know I feel like I should really have read Harry Potter, but I just never did because it just wasn't something that I really had. I didn't have the money to buy the full series, and still don't. I mean, I buy a lot of books from the thrift store. Like 90% of what you see on my shelf is from a thrift store, and that just means that I get to read more books, I suppose. Very interesting selection of books. Anyways, I think that's all I have to talk about. And the next video that I do, the next, like, long video like this one, is going to be about this series, hopefully. I'm not going to be reading the second book too soon, but I do plan on doing it very soon. Not too soon, though, because I do want to finish Covet, because I've had that book since, like, the beginning of the semester and just haven't read it because I've been so busy literally just trying to pass one class that I needed to graduate. So it's good that I'm done with that and that I finally can have time to read and do these videos for whoever is watching them. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great week, a great day, and a happy and healthy life. That was weird. I'm sorry. Anyways, bye guys. See you next time.